Muy buenas amigos, bienvenidos a KuroRecords. Aquí en el segundo episodio de Back to the Future. A ver qué pasa con esta señora, porque la verdad, por lo que nos habíamos quedado, bueno, capítulos anteriores obviamente. El Doc se desapareció cuando mandaron a Einstein, el perro, por el tiempo. Me tuve que poner a buscar, tuve que buscar una forma de hacerle bullying a Biff. ¿Sí? Sí, al sujeto de ese coño perro. Y al parecer el zapato que estaba en el DeLorean, por cierto, el DeLorean volvió, disculpa. Y el zapato que está en el DeLorean es de esta vieja que se sienta aquí a mirar a todos los que están en la calle para regañarlo. Entonces voy a ver...
Miss Strickland?
Jack! Diane! I know what you're doing behind that tree!
Ven, es chismosa. Quiero preguntarle, o por lo menos que me diga, ¿cuándo perdió el zapato? No dónde, ¿cuándo?
Do you remember when you lost your shoe?
Shoe?
That shoe over there.
Exacto.
Oh, that shoe! Huh. Hi, what a nosy Nelly! No one likes a busybody, you know.
¿Y esto no entró mentira?
Oh, fine, let me think about it. That speakeasy burned down.
A speakeasy? In Hill Valley?
Don't act so surprised, young man. Your generation doesn't hold a copyright on moral depravity, you know. Sin has been on the prowl in Hill Valley since the day it was founded.
Wow, a speakeasy. That must have been wild. Is it true they used to drink gin out of slippers like my grandma said?
Don't romanticize the past, young man. Prohibition was a time when gangsters ruled the town while honest citizens quaked in their beds.
Al viejo al pasado digo, al futuro, al pasado. ¿Dónde estaba el bar clandestino?
So where was it? That speakeasy that burned down, I mean.
That was ages ago. If you're looking for bootleg hooch.
No, I'm just curious, that's all. I'm a student of history.
Student of history? My Aunt Fanny! Yeah, your generation of hooligans and slackers could give two ripe figs about history.
Miss Strickland?
Oh, video store!
Huh?
The speakeasy used to be hidden in plain sight down there in the town square, right where that disgusting videotape rental store squats today.
So the video store building must have gone up after the speakeasy burned down.
The following year, as I recall.
Don't let me keep you from your business.
You there! Don't even think about tossing that Kleenex on the ground!
Qué vieja tan ladilla, vale. Me imagino que ya el objetivo cambió. Bueno, hay que ir a la tienda de video, como dijo la señora, la vieja, la entrometida.
Would you mind if I stepped out for a minute? I just remembered a video I've got to return.
You have to go. I get so few visitors these days. And I'd hate to have to tell my brother, your vice principal in charge of discipline, how rude you were to me. Especially with graduation coming up and all.
Chantajea. Ya pasó de coño de pepa, chantajea. Radiador. A ver, dime qué puedo hacer.
Man, she keeps it hot in here.
Uh-oh.
That's the kettle. I'll be right back with some tea. Then don't touch anything.
La tercera. ¿No será el radiador?
Juveniles collide with manure truck. Nice picture. Hey, mind if I use your binoculars for a sec?
Go ahead, dear.
Valley Video. Ahí está. Ahí no. Ah, que estás viendo a Biff. Biff es un idiota o nadie. Ahí está.
Rebuilt in February 1932. So the fire must have happened before then. But when? I need a date.
Don't look at me. I'm far too old for you.
1932, por lo menos sabemos que es en el año 1932. La pregunta es en qué mes de 1932.
Miss Strickland, about your tea. You forgot to turn on the...
You! It's spelled with a U! You illiterate vandal!
That tea's never gonna boil. That tea's never gonna boil.
Por eso, este nunca va. Oye, no me dejas, tengo que ver. Dulces.
Oh, the candy looks older than I am.
There's the whistle! Surely the water's boiling by now!
I'm not leaving until I find Doc somewhere in those newspapers.
The polite guest stays out of the host's kitchen, Mr. McFly.
Let's see. Ground broken on site of former speakeasy. Singer vanishes. Hill Valley Expo delights crowd. Soup kitchen exposed. Here we go. Speakeasy arsonist slain. Legal procedure gave way to old-fashioned vengeance last night when a mob descended on the Hill Valley police station. The suspect in the speakeasy arson case, a drifter known as Carl Sagan, was pulled from his... Carl Sagan? It's Doc! Killed by a mob. What's the date? June 14th, 1931. Jeez, I gotta rescue him.
Ya tengo la fecha.
My newspapers!
Sorry, Miss Strickland. Let me...
No! You've gotten my history out of order! Oh, do you know how long it'll take to fix what you've done? No! Get out! Get out! Get out!
Help! Police! I'm being attacked by hooligans!
Ay, hooligans.
Marty! Where you been, son? And what are you doing in that getup?
Didn't I tell you? I got the lead in the school play. We're doing...
Grapes of Wrath?
Right.
Oh, Steinbeck! Who are you playing? Never mind, you don't have to explain. I'm sure whatever it is you're up to, you know what you're doing, right?
I hope so.
Hey, sometimes you gotta go out on a limb for the ones you love, right? Wish my dad had understood that. You won't stay away too long.
You'll barely know I was gone.
Regresaré en la tarde. Vamos, Einstein.
Ready to go, Einstein?
Sí. Ok. Llegó el momento.
I've got to turn on the time circuits first.
Ah, perdón, pues.
Time circuits on. Flux capacitor. Fluxy.
Fluidoso. Wow, no me digas.
Okay. If Doc's gonna get killed on June 14th, 1931, I'll just show up the day before and get him out. I hope you know what you're doing, Doc.
De 1900, ¿qué? 1930. Allá voy. Hill Valley. carro ahí? Y que no tienen la llave.
Einstein, where do you go now, boy?
Dime que Einstein consiguió el doctor. Doc.
Young man! Excuse me, young man!
Who, me?
You're the only man in the street, and I'm looking for a man-in-the-street reaction. Naturally, you know about the explosion that destroyed this illegal gin establishment.
I read about it, yeah.
What's your opinion of Carl Sagan, the stranger who single-handedly did what the law has been unable to do for 10 long years, namely, rid Hill Valley of the scourge of liquor?
There's gotta be some sort of mistake here. Carl wouldn't do something like that.
It's surprising the lengths a person will go to when it's a clear-cut matter of right and wrong. You've got an honest look about you. You do support the side of righteousness, I trust.
How'd Doc get himself into...
Doc?
Doc is his nickname. I'm good friends with Carl.
You are? Really? Oh, but I need an unbiased opinion for my story. Pretend you don't know him. How would you feel about his heroic act of destruction?
You can mark me down as a supporter.
The young man said, flashing a boyish yet virile grin. Hill Valley needs more upstanding youths like yourself. Do you have a message for the vicious gangsters who still roam these streets, no doubt plotting to corrupt our citizens with another den of booze, sin, and debauchery?
Dios mío. Qué interrogatorio tan incómodo.
Ask him where I can get the address.
Ah, I see! Because you want to blast it to smithereens just like Carl Sagan did. With public-spirited citizens like you around, the lawless element will be on the run in no time. Mr. May I get your name?
Yeah, it's...
Michael Callahan.
Harry Callahan.
Thank you for sharing your candid opinions, Mr. Callahan. Edna Strickland, Hill Valley Herald.
What? La vieja.
I know. I met you back. I'm familiar with your work.
You read my column? How sweet! I know it's just an etiquette column, but I believe it'll lead to bigger and better... Oh!
Einstein, no! Down, boy!
Is this wretched creature yours? He assaulted me once before.
What's got into you?
Aggressive dogs must be kept on leash at all times. It's the law. Look it up.
Ya le queda mal a la vieja.
I gotta find Doc.
Mientras caminas, presiona el botón derecho no para que no te corra.
I guess this is where the speakeasy burned down. How'd Doc ever get mixed up in that?
Lo quiero averiguar. Dice que le dé... Aquí está, la estación de policía. Debería de estar aquí.
Who are you and what do you want?
Can I talk to, Carl Sagan?
Are you his lawyer?
No.
Then scram!
van a dejar entrar menos que a la taxi.
Doc!
Marty!
Doc!
What are you doing here?
You sang for me, Doc.
I did? When?
May 14th, 1986.
1980? The automatic retrieval system. Of course. I'd almost forgotten about that.
So what's our plan for getting you out of here?
Plan? We don't need a plan.
We don't.
Not in the slightest. The police picked me up for that speakeasy fire a couple of weeks ago, but the DA hasn't got a case. They're releasing me tomorrow morning.
So basically, I traveled 50 years into the past to deliver your car?
Sorry about that, but it's so wonderful to see you. We have a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, you might want to hold off on that, Doc.
Great Scott! I'm going to be gunned down by gangsters on the steps of the courthouse.
Why would they do that?
Yes, they didn't approve of my burning down their speakeasy.
Very funny, Doc. Maybe now we should come up with a plan?
A plan? Right. But what?
Alertar a las autoridades, no. Volvemos en el tiempo. Hablemos con los demás.
Why don't I take the DeLorean, go back in time before you were arrested, and stop you from getting caught in the first place?
Don't even think about it. Without my unjust incarceration, the events that sent you into the past might never happen, resulting in a paradox of continuum-shattering proportions.
Jeez, we've been back together for 5 minutes, Doc, and you're already talking about the end of the universe. I've missed that.
Don't be ridiculous, Marty. I was only referring to the end of the universe as we know it.
Apenas estamos hablando hace 5 minutos y ya se va a acabar el mundo. Qué divertido. Peleamos.
Why don't we try to tough it out? Now that we know what's coming, maybe we sneak it past the gangsters with a bulletproof vest or something.
That might work with 1 or 2 bullets, but from the looks of this article, it appears that I'm going to be mowed down in a hail of Tommy gun fire that rendered the innocent stranger little more than a pumpy mass of bones and gristle.
Who writes like that?
According to the byline, one Edna Strickland.
I should have guessed.
Debí suponerlo. Supongo que podría sacarte de la cara.
Well, I suppose I could just get some dynamite and break you out of jail.
No, that's far too dangerous. Not just to me, but to random innocent people in the past. The repercussions could be... That's it!
What's it?
My rocket-powered drill.
You have a rocket-powered drill?
Not yet. I haven't built it yet.
You've lost me, Doc.
Listen, a few months ago, my 17-year-old self sent in a patent application for a rocket-powered drill. I abandoned the project after I never heard back from the patent office, but the prototype should be nearly complete.
Great, I'll just run back to your lab and...
No, I said nearly complete. You'll need me to help you finish it.
How the hell am I supposed to sneak a half-finished rocket-powered drill into your cell?
Not me! 1931 me!
Wait a minute, Doc. You want me to convince your 1931 self to build a rocket-powered drill to break you out of jail?
Precisely!
Nah, guara. ¿Y qué pasa con la continuación?
Won't talking to yourself cause, you know, irreparable damage to the space-time continuum or something?
It should be fine. I've already invented the idea of the rocket drill. You've just got to goad my younger self into finishing the prototype.
Wow.
How am I supposed to convince your younger self to finish the rocket drill? Just tell him I need to break his older self out of jail?
Absolutely not. Whatever you do, you can't tell my younger self anything about time travel. I won't come up with the inspiration for the Plus Capacitor for another 24 years.
Then what am I supposed to...
Just be your charming self. From what I remember, I'm a pretty easygoing kid, so enlisting me in a scientific adventure should be a piece of cake.
Okay, let's say I go along with this crazy idea. Where can I find you? I mean, the other you.
How should I know? It was over 50 years ago. Why don't you go over to the soup kitchen next door and give my house a call? They'll know where to find me.
Soup kitchen. Got it.
Just stay away from the soup. It'll cause irreparable damage to your digestive system.
No tocar la sopa. Lo tengo.
I guess I better get started. Don't worry, Doc. I'll get you out of here in no time.
I'm not worried. Once you and my younger self put your heads together, you'll be unstoppable.
Me espero. Entonces... Primero necesito teléfono. Entrar con más. Ah, mira que tal. Debería estar por acá. ¿No será ese? No.
McFly!
Biff?
Kid!
Grandpa?
That's Mr. Tannen to you, Artie. What are you doing out here?
Well, I was getting kind of hungry, so I figured I'd come down here for some free soup.
Just thought I'd come down for some soup. Think, McFly. The DA's throwing around subpoenas like Babe Ruth.
I don't think Ruth's a pitcher anymore.
Shut it! If one of those subpoenas landed in the hands of my number cruncher, I'd be in a whole lot of trouble. I could even get sent up the river. You wouldn't want that, would you? Would you?
No, of course not, kid.
Alright, that's better. What are you looking at, punk? Keep your eyes on the soup, kid. Well?
Well, what?
What are you still doing here?
Sorry, kid. I'll just run back to the safe house.
You do that. And McFly?
Yes?
That hat's too flashy. You better let me hold on to it. Now scram!
You got it, boss.
And don't come out until I give you the all clear. I swear, if even one of you mooks could add 2 + 2 without your fingers, I'd dump that wimp into the lake. Hey! Anyway, I'm off to make myself irresistible. Don't let anyone burn down the shop while I'm gone.
La diferencia del padre al hijo, increíble. De los dos. ¿Que no será profesor?
I better not talk to him. I don't want to mess up his timeline.
Ah, un teléfono.
Brown residence?
Hi. Do you know where I can find Emmett Brown?
Young Master Brown is currently tending to his clerking duties at the courthouse. Who may I say is calling?
The courthouse? Doc never told me he worked at the courthouse.
Mira, el tipo era importantísimo. Ya, espérate. Por este número de la presidencia, ya lo llamé. A la corte entonces, ¿será? Busca el joven Emmett Brown. Definitivo, hay que ir para la corte. La corte... ¿Dónde está la corte? Ok. No, es... así puedo correr. Ahí está.
Don't touch those! These are very sensitive legal documents. Nobody is supposed to handle them but sworn officers of the court. Judge Brown says so.
Judge Brown? Doc. Nice to meet you. I'm Michael, Corleone.
Emmett Brown. But I am a law clerk, not a doctor. Now please get out of my way. I have important business to transact. Naturally, h2 of A multiplied by the inversion of H has to come out less than expectation value of A, right? What am I missing here? Or do we take H as stand for Hermitian line operator? But in that case, H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A might well be equal to A's expectation value, but only if the coefficient of friction remains constant and the gravitational constant...
Hey, how you doing, Einie?
Force equals mass times acceleration, of course. That's Newton. But how many Newtons are required?
Listen, Emmett, you don't know me, but I'm your friend.
I'm not big on friends. They get in the way of work.
Listen, I understand you're working on a new invention in your lab.
Invention? You must have me mixed up with somebody else. I'm in law. I have absolutely no interest in science.
Hello?
No solicitors!
Oh, well, no.
I better not. Those lawyers sound kind of nasty. Come on, wait up a minute.
You again? Can't you see I'm busy?
No, mire, hasta que te pongas a taladrar el coño.
Okay, so you don't want your old man to know. That's fine. Listen, we all keep secrets. But I'm telling you, you can level with me about this science project of yours.
I am not a scientist. Go ahead, ask me what E equals.
What does E equal?
I have absolutely no idea. See? I don't know where you got your information from about me, mister, but you're wrong. Might well be equal to...
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
What's this important business you're up to?
It's a legal matter, very complicated, very abstruse. I need to obtain 5 sets of initials on every copy of this writ of indemnification before before Judge Brown can even think of granting a waiver to the party of the first part.
You have no idea what it's about, do you?
That's how important it is.
See, I'm sort of in the science business myself. That's why I sought you out.
Not that I care in the least, because science is the furthest thing from my own area of interest, which is law, but I don't believe you.
It's true. I'm a scientist.
So tell me something, Mr. Scientist, from your vast storehouse of scientific knowledge.
The leg bone's connected to the thigh bone?
Amazing!
Come on, you can trust me, Doc. Emmett, it's your future I'm looking out for, in more ways than one.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about you and science.
Oh, that word again! If you insinuate I'm a scientist once more, I'll sue you for defamation of character!
Pero no te enojes.
Multiply by the inversion of H.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone!
So, Emmett, what time are you through with work?
Depends. On weeknights, Pop sometimes keeps me in the office till 9.
9 at night? But today's Saturday.
Right. So I probably won't get off before 10.
How about you knock off work early and I'll buy you a beer, or soda. What do you say?
Don't try to tempt me from my duty with sugary beverages. Keeping the wheels of justice turning, that's my one passion in life. Besides, if I left before 8, my pop would kill me.
Sounds like you're a little scared of your father.
Scared of my father? Pop is the most learned, just, incorruptible judge that Hill Valley has ever seen. The only people scared of Judge Brown are people with a dark secret to hide. And I don't have a dark secret to hide.
Emmett, about your...
Don't say it.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Come on, Doc. Emmett, drop the Legal Eagle Act. I got something more important for you to do.
Mr. Corleone, I'll have you know that the law is the very mortar that holds society together, and we in the legal profession are like brick masons building the edifice of the future.
Your dad tell you that?
Every morning.
Todos los días.
Emmett, about your...
Don't say it. No, 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 no.
Creo que tenía algo por acá.
No.
After all the trouble I went through getting this... Nah.
Now, if H stands for one-dimensional harmonic oscillator, then naturally H2A multiplied by the n.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Sounds like you're a little scared of your father.
Scared of my ever seen. The only people scared of Judge... And I don't have a dark secret to hide.
Sounds like you're a little scared of your father. Damn it.
But in that case, H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A might well be equal to A's expectation. Don't think, Emmett, think. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. Acceleration, of course. That's Newton. But how many...
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Damn it. About your...
Don't say it.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Sounds like you're a little scared of your father.
Scared of my father? Pop is the most learned, just, incorruptible judge that Hill Valley has ever seen. The only people scared of Judge Brown are people with a dark secret to hide. And I don't have a dark secret to hide.
Damn it. About your...
Don't say it.
Grabé, pero no sé por qué grabé yo eso que estaba diciendo. Y si le trataba...
Don't think, Emmett, think. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A.
Doc will want to hear this.
I have to... No. Small. Or do we take H to stand for the Hermitian line operator? But in that case, H to the A.
¿Será que se le toque a Doc? En la cárcel, ¿no? Ay, eso es lo que pienso. Y él me dirá algo, no sé.
Psst, Doc!
Marty, have you found my younger self yet?
So, Doc, does this ring a bell?
Don't think, Emmett, think. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A.
Good grief! Is that me? I sound so...
Young?
I was gonna say intense. I forgot how wound up I used to get.
Yeah, but what are you muttering about?
Oh, that's easy. It's Ivanhoff's conundrum. Just tell my younger self that H equals the Hamiltonian operator.
Won't giving him the answer mess up the time stream?
Only if it turns out that reality is actually nothing more than a holographic illusion created by the interplay of subatomic particles on a vast two-dimensional membrane. It'll be fine.
Hang in there, Doc.
Not the best choice of words, Marty.
Se me olvidó que podía correr. Estoy caminando como un idiota. ¿Onta?
I don't need to go in there anymore.
Yeah.
Is that even possible?
Ahí está.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Maybe H equals the Hamiltonian operator.
What did you just say?
I said maybe H equals the...
Hamiltonian operator?
Yeah!
Great Scott! If H is the Hamiltonian, then H to the A multiplied by the inverse of H can only be the same as the expectation value for A. That's it! That's the solution to Ivanov's conundrum, the problem I've been wrestling with in my head all week!
I'm sure you would have figured it out by yourself in a day or two. The way you figured out how to build that rocket-powered drill.
Where did you learn so much about science?
Well, it's like this.
You know about my rocket-powered drill? Then there can only be one explanation.
What?
You're from the patent office! I confess I didn't quite know what to expect when I sent the paperwork, but I never expected this! Welcome! I'm at your service. What can I do for you?
can I see your rocket-powered drill?
Of course, of course! Naturally, it's just a scale model, but it's nearly operational. I can show it to you, say, first thing in the morning?
Nah, that's no good. I need to see a full-size model. That's fully operational. Tonight. Otherwise, we'll have to award the patent to a competing inventor. Yes! Dr. McCoy.
It can't be done! I mean, it might be possible to construct a full-size working model in that time frame, but I haven't got the main ingredient for the fuel!
I'll get it for you. What is it?
190 proof grain alcohol! And you know how difficult it is to get a hold of alcohol these days.
Especially now that someone's blown up the speakeasy.
And besides, there's no way I can get off work until I've delivered the subpoena. It's part of the investigation into the business affairs of Kid Tannen. Is it vitally important you see that rocket-powered drill today?
Yes. Is it vitally important you deliver that subpoena today?
Yes!
Listen, I'll help you deliver it, and I'll see to it you get the alcohol you need. It'll help you get that drill finished by tonight. Deal?
Deal! Here's the subpoena.
Okay.
I've got a subpoena my grandpa?
It's Kid Tannen!
Hey, I just saw him at the soup kitchen, yelling at Arthur McFly.
I'm not surprised. Arthur does the books for his business.
What kind of business?
That's what the DA is trying to find out.
Let's go talk to him.
No!
Why not? Kid Tannen can tell us where Arthur's hiding.
Yeah, well, he can also have us fitted for a Chicago overcoat.
Qué loco. Bueno, chicos, espero les haya gustado este video. Algo corto, creo. Pues denle like si les ha gustado, comenten y suscríbanse. Y nos vemos en el próximo video del canal. Chao.